Hello and welcome to Cloud Perceptor channel. In this session, we are going to access large language model through REST API. Okay, so yesterday we deployed LLAMA2 model from Model Garden, and we have exposed it through an endpoint. That exposed endpoint we are going to use in our REST API call. So just follow me along in this video, and I'll walk you through the whole process. So log into your Cloud Console, Google Cloud Console. So I'm logged into the Cloud Console. I'm in the VertexAI service. Over here, just head it to the model registry. And this is the endpoint ID that we'll require as a part of our code. Okay. Along with that, you also need to generate a key. Okay. So from the IAM service, head it to the service account section over here, move towards the keys tab, and from here you can generate the key. So click on create new key, type is JSON, and click on create button. So it will automatically download that key. You will require that key to be uploaded in the Vertex AI workbench, your notebook. Okay. So over here you need to upload that. So as you can see, I've already uploaded it over here. So we'll be using that. Okay, so this is the code that we are using as a part of our REST API. Okay, so here, as you can see, we have defined one method called invoke llama2, which takes a parameter of a prompt. We have defined scopes variable, so you can keep it as it is. Here you need to get the private that particular key, and once you have uploaded it over here, just give it a name of this key file over here. Okay, next is the like loading the credentials from the service account file with the specified scopes. So you need to write this code to do this. We'll create the authentication request over here, then we are going to refresh the credentials. We'll obtain the bearer token, and this is the base URL. Okay, so if you are invoking it from a different region, then don't forget to change this region code over here. And we are invoking the predict method. Okay, get the GCP project ID. So you can get the GCP project ID from your project homepage, from a console homepage. Okay, next is the endpoint ID. So we grab the endpoint ID from over here, 192, and here we have the 192. Okay. Okay, now the part comes to the request body section. Okay, so it is kind of a JSON format. The key is instances, and prompt, we have the max tokens. So if you don't give the max tokens, it will take by default, you will get small responses. So keep it like 200, or like don't keep it too less. Otherwise you will get smaller responses as an output from this LLM model. So we are again creating a full URL variable over here using the project ID and endpoint IDs. And we are setting the headers, authorization bearer token, and the content type is application JSON. We are sending the post request over here, and we are returning the JSON response. All right. So that's the whole part for our REST API code. Okay, so this is just the method that is simply taking a prompt and returning the output in the JSON format. Okay, now coming to the REST API part, we are using functions framework. Okay, like global functions service from GCP. So here I have like imported the required libraries, function framework, markup safe, and llama2. So llama2 is the code that we just built up. Okay, and over here we are kind of just setting some prerequisites. Okay, we are getting the arguments over here. We are checking that the argument is containing a prompt. Okay, if it is having a prompt argument parameter, then we are simply getting the data from and setting it in the prompt. Okay. Next is we are invoking the llama2.invoke llama2 method. Okay, that sits in our code, invoke llama2. Okay. So this is kind of the library that we have created. We are using that library in our functions framework. Okay. We are capturing the predictions. Okay, and we are outputting it in the form of JSON. We are doing some stripping because the endpoint is returning kind of large data, okay, with the JSON, which is not required. So we only require the predictions part, only the output section. So we have just trimmed it and splitting and getting the data. We are simply returning this output and that's it. Okay. So once this code is ready, we are going to deploy it now. Okay. So from the launcher, just hit the terminal. Okay. I'll be running one command now. Yep. So I'm going to simply run a command. I'll just rename it to something familiar. I will call it as llama2 API. llama2-API. Of course, you can keep generation 2. Runtime is Python 3.312. The region is the same, and source is the current directory. Okay. Entry point is handle post request. Okay. So the entry point is defined over here. If you go in the main.py where we have written the functions framework, you'll find this handle post request method, and the same method we are supplying it as a parameter over here. Okay, in the entry point. Trigger is HTTP. We have not configured HTTPS, so we will allow the unauthenticated. This is just for our demo, but if you have security concerns, then you can of course set up the authentication. All right, so let's execute this command. As you can see, it is preparing the function. It has done. It's gonna take 2 to 3 minutes, so I'll just pause this video until this whole process completes. All right, so here we go. We have successfully got this function deployed. Okay, it is also returning us the URL over here. Okay, and there are some technical details like what is the available memory, available CPU. And remember guys, this is a serverless function. Okay, so in GCP they call it as a global functions, and in AWS it is known as Lambda. Okay, so let me hit back to the Postman and execute this API. All right, so I've opened the Postman application. Okay, just click on post, paste the URL over here. Okay, and head back to body, raw, and JSON. We'll be supplying the JSON over here, and prompt. I'll simply type in a prompt like, what is llama 2, right? Let's send this and let's wait. So here we are getting the response correctly from our LLM with the help of REST API. We have successfully created this API. We are invoking it with the help of the Postman. And it has returned us limited number of tokens over here, like just 200, because we have defined 200 tokens. But according to your requirement, you can of course modify that. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching this. Do like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.